Hello everyone. Welcome back to our third webinar, contract signatures for Jira. We appreciate you for taking the time and out of your day, whether it's morning or afternoon. The pleasure is ours. Without further ado, my name is Jamel. I am the Strategic Alliance Director here at Warsaw Dynamics. Um, I've been here for almost a year, and it's been a great experience. A little bit about me. Yeah. Um, we already know that on the Atlassian Marketplace that you are only allowed 30 days to trial any of the plugins that are on the market. Um, we understand that sometimes it's not long enough for most of you guys to trial and actually get a full proof of concept. So if you are using any of our tools, external share for Jira or Confluence, approval path, contract signatures, feel free to reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you and support with an extension uh, from there. We have some upcoming events that we will be taking place in to kind of start off the 2025. We have the Atlassian Community event in person on January 29th, 2025 at the BEC Poland building. So if you are one of our Poland customers and are located in the area, feel free to sign up and register over there. And the big conference that we plan on joining is the Atlassian Team 25 in Anaheim, California, on April 8th through the 10th. If you will be attending there, please feel free to reach out to us and we'd be happy to meet with you, maybe grab a coffee, or just to even say hello. So feel free, and we'll keep you posted and updated on where we'll be um, as far as the event goes in the future. During this webinar, what you'll learn today on contract signatures for Jira is how does the app work, turning tickets into documents and sign them without any third-party tools, real life use case, see how you can improve your contract workflow, um, what we have coming up next as far as like what upgrades we're planning to implement. I may call a guest up to just kind of elaborate a little bit more if we do have anything planned on the roadmap. And I'll check on that throughout the presentation shortly. And then our Q&A session. We'll be happy to answer any questions and hear your feedback based off of what you saw today. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So what is contract signatures for Jira? Signing contracts used to be a lengthy process. We all know back in the 90s and early 2000s, right? Signing contracts, through Microsoft Word, then, faxing it over and doing all that stuff, right? So, now that we're in the new age, we made things a little bit more easier, especially when it comes to Jira and also Confluence. Atlassian has grown in that sense, and we are happy that we are able to create something like this that's more accessible to with technology today, right? Signing contracts used to be a lengthy process involving printing, scanning, storing physical copies. And with more people working remotely today, the need for electronic signatures handling as has grown significantly. Um, Leading to use those tools like DocuSign. However, using those multiple platforms for drafting, discussing, signing contracts can be inconvenient, which is some of our use cases that we see today. Contract signatures, the add-on for not only for Jira but also for Confluence, streamlines this process, allowing you to draft and sign documents all in one place without requiring your contractors to access your Jira or Confluence instance, right? Um, some of the target audiences that we are seeing more and more using tools like contract signatures are, the automotive industry, developers, transportation services. We have some military and also government, HR departments, universities, down to, I think, a recent situation we had was a use case of a coffee shop looking to use some sort of signaturing app that will make their processes easy. I believe is for deliveries and different things like that, so that way they can keep a paper trail, which is pretty cool. Um, so some of the key benefits that provides you with the key benefits is we provide you with additional macros, allowing enhanced data presentation. It's compatible with one of our flagship selling apps, External Share. And then you also get to try it again for free for 30 days. And if you do would like an extension, we'll be happy to support you and also will help you with any type of implementation, feature prioritization, etc. For you. So, one of the use cases that I'm going to talk to you about today is we had a mid-sized software development company that specializes in custom solutions for various industries. With a growing client base, it was increasing numbers as far as the contract to contract management that the company was facing the challenges of how can they actually handle contracts? Where can they store them? How can they limit the process of using these third-party tools like DocuSign or SignDoc or those tools that charge you additional monthly fees every month just to create a document, scan it, share it, and then if you have a typo or something like that, you have to do a lot of extra manual work, right? And we want to kind of streamline that process and make it much more sufficient and less headache for us, right? So some of the challenges that they were facing, which was like they recently had a client that was frustrated with the existing contract signing process, right? So we're talking about that challenge and that headache. Each time a contract needed to be signed off by a team member, it had to be, and most of you guys have probably seen this throughout your time of working in corporate or tech. Um, the amount of effort that goes into exporting and then importing a document, um, and then getting it over to the customer, and then if the customer rejects it, then you have to go back and re-edit it, then export it back out, right? So they wanted to export documents from Jira, being able to upload and similar to DocuSign, right? And then import them back into Jira. This process not only consumed the valuable time, but also increased the risk of losing track of the contracts and deadlines, right? Um, and you don't really have too much of a paper trail. And if someone leaves the company and then you need to make additional changes, right? Someone who has that access, right? You're doing a lot of scrambling, especially when it comes to working with multiple different departments, right? You want to make sure that everyone that is in that space or within your organization or the department overall can access it if you are away or if you change go to a different location, etc. So identifying the solution, what they realized is they needed more of an integrated solution. Um, One of the project managers by the name of Sarah started researching options of how can I best streamline this process when it comes to contract signing directly within Jira. So wanting to keep everything inside Jira when it comes to those contracts that needed to be signed. So she discovered the power of what Jira can do, and then the plugins that actually sit on top of that can actually help that process, help not only the organization, but it can also help the departments, and it can also help the contractors that they're working with, especially working in the automotive industry. You have many different parts that are coming in, third party contractors that may be only working for 6 months to maybe a year, etc. So, um, wanting to find a different approach when it comes to how they can facilitate those electronic signatures without any additional needs for tools like DocuSign. Um, that's when they discovered contract signatures for Jira. So what the next steps was that they needed to take place, which was the implementation process. So one, figuring out and discovering the tool, right? And then finding out what are the options that they have. So after evaluating the several options that was on the marketplace, and also Google searching. Sarah and her team ended up deciding to implement contract signatures for Jira, which allowed them to send documents for signatures directly right from the Jira ticket, track the status of them, um, have them in orderly fashion. So, if you have multiple different people on a that needs to be signed off on, let's say a non-disclosure agreement or specific features that needed to be signed off and approved on, um, she realized that contract signatures would actually be able to help that, right? So for them, training, team conductive training sessions for all their project managers and all the relevant staff, so that way they can actually get familiar with using the tool itself. Customization, so customizing their Jira workflows, including steps for signing contracts, ensuring that every contract was linked to a corresponding Jira ticket, easy tracking. And then also a pilot project, which is initiating the test functionality of a few contracts. Um, their feedback that they receive in their team meeting uh, was very positive, and they ended up trying rolling it out. And that's what we are going to discover today, which is a few Jira tickets that I have created with this automotive company of what they did with the contract, how the initial setup takes place, and how quick and easy it is to uh, get that agreement signed for you. So the results, so time saving, it's a big one. No one likes to waste time. Increased accountability. So if a contract is looking to be signed, right? You want to make sure that you're sending it over to the right person. They have it. It's not like it's lacking or anywhere. They get notifications, the updates directly through their email. So if a contract comes in, they'll be notified that they actually have it. Enhances collaboration. So bringing on a team with, especially if you're working on multiple different projects, adding those team members and keeping them involved so that way everyone is aware what's going on. That is a big benefit that you can have. And then also improve client satisfaction. So faster turnaround, more compliance. They're able to finish their process a little bit faster as well as yours, and everyone is happy, right? So, moving on to our demonstration of what I actually have created here for you. Just give me 1 second. I have a runny nose. Does anyone have any questions so far? Was everything clear for everyone? You can either just give a thumbs up or just microphone and just give me a heads up. Okay, cool. So what we did is this is our Kanban board. This is our QA board. This is where we mostly just test a lot of things. But I've created um, three tickets, Jira tickets that we are going to use today. One is going to be initiative, and two of them are going to be tasks, and pretty much show you how easy it is to sign a contract right inside Jira. So right now we currently have the initiative streamline contract signing process, right? So we are going to use this as our way of when Sarah was initially looking for a tool that would be more compliant um, with her team's execution of day to day of trying to find the right tool and not have to do all the exporting in and out of Jira. So we pretty much took the initiative that we had on the presentation slides, and then put that on a Jira ticket. Now, when we get ready to go ahead and have a contract signed, we just click on these three dots, and you can also go here to the manual, expand the panel out, and go to um, you'll have some other applications here, but this is where you'll be able to see that the contract is signed. So right now, we're going to just click on contract signatures, and from here, this panel will open up. Uh, we currently don't have any documents on this specific ticket itself. If there was multiple contracts being sent out through this same ticket, they will display. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and click create. And this is what you get once you open that panel up, right? So here's the contract title. So this is great for your contractors, different departments, if you're working with, if there's a specific title name that you would like to change for that contract, you're more than welcome to do so. From here, you have a contract expiration. So for here, it's already doing it for us. I believe it extends it out for 7 days. Um, so if you would like to change it, you can easily just go to the calendar and specify which day you would like this expiration time to lapse. We have the contract zone, um, prepend title, also audit paper trail. So this is great. So that way, when you're keeping everything inside Jira, you have a paper trail. So if your Jira admin comes or you have a new manager and they want to know uh, what contracts have we sent out over the past 6 months or 3 months or even on a quarterly basis, they will be able to research that through the main panel on contract signatures, right? If you're looking to sign an order, so meaning if you have the contractor, you would like them to sign the contract first, and then you would like to for you to sign or for somebody else to sign, you can mark those in different as the signees, which you will come down here and just simply just add a different person, and it will go in that specific order that you would like to sign. Okay. Um, Here you have your access method. So the standard is that we use is the email. It's the safest and secure way. You do receive a 6-digit code to your email once you receive it to sign a documentation. Um, you also have some methods where you can do a signature. So drawing your signature. So if you're on a mobile app, or your iPad, or you have a touchscreen laptop, you can draw your signature out. You can even upload your own signature that you may have stored on your computer, or you can render a signature. So type out your name, and then specifically it will customize a signature for you. And then here, I love this feature that we talk about, which is the watcher feature. Because if I'm the middleman and I'm connecting two people together, so let's say we have the initial organization and we're working with a third party, and then let's say I'm in the HR department, I can add myself as a watcher for this signature so that way I know what's going on, who signed what, if I need to reach out to someone and say, hey, listen, there's a contract that's still pending. Have you reviewed it? And I'm able to see if what the notification types are, which is great, which is when it was created, when it was opened, if it was signed or rejected, and if the contract was actually completed. And with that, I'm just going to add my name here really quickly. And just to kind of give you an overview of what this preview looks like when it comes to this contract. So, um, literally, you have when it was created by, which was me, when it was started, what the status is. So, this is the draft, it hasn't been signed yet. Um, the parties that are involved. So if there is a contractor or someone in a different department or maybe a client that you're working with, when you add their email and their name to this would also display here. And as you can see, the initial Jira ticket that we had created is now ready to be prompt and signed off for the approval to install and start using contract signatures, right? So if I go back and let's kind of draft this up for real, we'll say go ahead and create. So therefore, the initial process has now been started. It's already been sent to me. So now it should automatically uh, be in my email. And I'm just going to share that with you guys now. So here, Jamel, Harris, would you like to review and sign the or reject the initiative streamline contract signing process? So I'm just going to click the link, and this is what it looks like from here. Um, so I can see that the status is in progress, the name waiting for signature. I can sign and reject. If I do reject, I can state a reason of why I'm rejecting this document, which is great because a lot of times there might be a typo or there might be the wrong name. It could be the different company. Who knows? Um, but that's totally fine. In this case, I'm just gonna close this out and just go back. And we're just going to go ahead and proceed. So we're going to make sure that everything is correct. My name is correct. And then we're just going to initially go ahead and hit our signature. So currently, I don't know how to draw on this and I don't want to upload a signature. So I'm just going to render one anyway. I'm going to just click my name and submit. And here I have a signature on the documentation. And then from here, I would just go ahead and sign. I will then receive a confirmation code, that 6-digit code that comes to my email. And therefore the contract has been signed. So it's easy process, step by step. Anyone can use it. Um, you don't need to the person who you're maybe working with, like a contractor, doesn't need have access to your instance. So it's saving you time, money, and it's effortlessly. And all they need to do is just review the document and then sign off on it, right? So from here, if I go back to the initial email, um, here I can actually see the documentation of my signature, and it would also leave a paper trail from here. So I can verify, and I can verify the document when it was signed, dated, completed, and who was the signee. So it's already verified for me. So with that. And from there, we are going to jump to, let's say, the same. Working with this organization, they wanted to create a sales agreement for working with a third party um, company called Exotic Motors, which they wanted to sell their create a sales agreement so that way they are able to look into the process of creating new features that they needed to be delivered by the 1st of January. So here the ticket is already created, it's already in progress, it's listed as a task. Um, and if we blow up this initiative from here, um, here we have the seller, Exotic Motors, and then we can use me as the person that's buying as well. So from here, we're just going to click on our contract signatures. Again, go ahead and create. And what I'm going to do is not only add myself on here, but I'm also going to pick someone else from the audience that I would like to help me out on this. So that way you can kind of see it in real time. So this is going to be a sales agreement. We are going to add my colleague who is currently on the call. I'm just grabbing his email. And we are going to make him the signee. And then I'm also going to be wanting to be listed as a watcher, so that way I can see once the document is has been signed. Although I will also receive it because I am the signee. I will know once he signs it. He'll know once I sign it off, and I'll know when he signs it off. But just for giggles, I want to know that something was open, it was signed, and if the contract was completed or not. So from here, I'll just go ahead and just preview, make sure that everything is correct when it comes to this sales agreement inside this Jira ticket. Here, I have my colleagues' information, I have the draft, I have the time and date. We are signing for $500,000 to purchase the services for. I want to receive a headrest, a new design for a headrest, a steering wheel, a new monitor screen for a upcoming futuristic car that we are currently building, and I want this delivered by 500,000, which is straight to the point. I don't need to do any exporting or importing. If everything looks good, I can go ahead and push this contract out. So from here, we're just going to click create. And then from there, I should automatically receive an email that I have a new contract signed. And then if Camille, if you are there, if you can go ahead and sign off on the process or even reject the process, so that way I can show.
Okay, hello Jamal, I just received the email. Let me open it and sign it from my side.
So I'm just grabbing my 6-digit code. And therefore my part is done when it comes to signing off on the agreement. So once Camille has signed off on it, I'll be notified that both parties have signed off on the agreement. So once you have that information, you'll be able to then go ahead and attach the contract signature. You'll see the signature already there, as already connected to the attachments of the ticket, and therefore you don't have to do anything. And then you can move on from there and just go ahead and close the ticket, or notified or tag your teammates or whoever, and let them know that hey, this contract uh, has been signed off and we are good to go. And you can just tag whoever. on it and share a comment, and that's pretty much it. So it's simple and quite easy. And if you would like to streamline your process and get rid of using, tools that you have to do a lot of importing and exporting documentation, whether it's contracts, NDAs, um, sales process, even hiring process. If you would like to eliminate the amount of work that you would have and then also keep everything organized on a Kanban board, all inside within Jira, maximize your opportunity and start using contract signatures for Jira today. So that was my demonstration. Do you guys have any questions or concerns? If you would like to try out the Atlassian Marketplace today, start your evaluation, try it for 30 days. I encourage you to book a one-on-one session with me. So that way, if you do have any questions, I'll be able to walk you through the process. I'll be able to spend a little bit of time of taking those Jira tickets that you would like to initially set up as contracts, or any type of documentation to be signed. I can share with you a little bit more of a deep dive, or also send you over some information or some how-to videos that will help your teams get familiar with contract signatures. So for more information, more than welcome to visit us at warsawdynamics.com. You can feel free to reach out to me directly at jharris@warsawdynamics.com. And until next time, we hope to see you back for our fourth webinar that will take place, and we will be announcing that date very shortly. So until then, we really appreciate your support and thank you for joining us. And I hope you have a great rest of the week.